It goes by really fast. That's the thing. So
It really does.
We're setting up the live stream. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, got it. And then where is start webinar? Okay. Moving and all that.
Uh-oh.
Well, everybody is going to start making their way into the room. So we'll go ahead and allow that to happen. And
where's our vibe music?
Yeah, where's our vibey music, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You guys can play an intro little jam for us. Is there something in particular that you like?
I'm not ready.
Too much pressure.
I'm gonna have to get on that. I actually went on Chat GPT. Just a little side note on the tune thing. I went on Chat GPT and I said, make a song and I picked like 3 different tunes and using recruiting and talent acquisition in the lyrics, and it created a whole song for me. And I was like, man, if only I knew how to play guitar or any instrument
or anything.
or a drum.
Fact.
We need Mark Tortorici, to do all that stuff for you.
He's amazing. So fun fact. I actually created a recruitment grind playlist on Spotify like back in the day. So as you said, like searching for those keyword lyrics, and then like anything that was like about making money or like 9 to 5, all that.
Well, I think that if we could put our own little, Start Me tab together. Our Start Me page of all of our songs and creativity.
Let's do it.
Love it.
So let's go ahead and get started. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Dueling Sourcers show. My name is Stacey Broadwell. I'm going to be your host for today's show, and I guess all the shows, last 3 years of shows. So welcome. If you are coming in the chat down at the bottom, this is just quick little housekeeping because it happens at every show. It tends to default to panelists only. So make sure that you change that little tab in the chat to say everyone. That way everybody can see your comments and you can, speak with each other. And while we're doing that, maybe just type in where you are coming from, maybe what city you live in. I'm here in the gorgeous Los Angeles. It's always 72 and sunny. But let's introduce our wonderful guests here on the Dueling Sourcers show. We are joined by Susanna Frazier. We got 3 guests here. Susanna Frazier, welcome to the show. This is your first time on the Dueling Sourcers show. We're so excited that you're joining us. So welcome.
Thank you for having me. I also have a special guest today.
The puppers.
Yes. I'm very tired.
Oh, so somebody's birthday.
Yeah, this is her. She's 6 years old today. That's my furry coworker.
What a well-behaved coworker.
Yes.
Love
it's
it.
nappy time.
Susanna, you're the talent sourcing leader for Heidelberg Materials North America.
I am.
How do you like your job? How do you like sourcing?
Well, I love sourcing. Obviously, I love sourcing. But if I'm not challenged, I'm not involved whatsoever. So like I have to be engaged by just like, difficult to source stuff or scenarios. And right now I'm in a completely different industry than I've ever been in before. Usually I was in like media or tech, and this is freaking like concrete.
Wow.
So totally different. So I'm learning things, which I really enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, good for you for switching it up. That's what keeps us strong and our skills sharp when you have to pivot and turn, right?
Yeah, I love a good pivot table.
I consider myself an Excel aficionado, and I love when I do a pivot table. I'm like, oh, damn, pivot table. I'm like, next level.
Love it. Almost as sexy as Boolean.
Welcome to the show. And then next we have Carrie Collier returning to the show. Welcome, Carrie. Carrie, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Well, we are so excited to have you back on the show. You are currently the manager of talent acquisition at Appian. Did I say that correctly?
You did.
Tell us about your role there.
So I am overseeing our sourcing team right now and our employer brand team, and sprinkle in a little bit of market intelligence between the two because we kind of cross paths. But that's what I'm doing right now. Primarily focusing on sales, customer success, and engineering. That's kind of what we've got going on right now. So it's a good time.
Can I just say, I love that. I mean, yes, employer branding and the sourcing, but I feel like if there's not communication between those elements, and in fact, if you are just owning it all, you get all the communication.
Yes, it's been really great. We have always supported each other when it comes to like messaging and attracting talent. So it just kind of made sense to keep us all together, to create the content that we need for the candidates and partner that way. So it's been really cool.
So you're overseeing a team that is doing that. You're not having to do it yourself.
I'm actually, what do you call it? Player coach manager. So I am actually sourcing. So I'm actually doing sales right now myself, which is new to me. Like Susanna's doing concrete. Sales was new for me. So that's been a whole interesting new thing for me, kind of learning how it's different and how it's unique and how it's similar at the same time with messaging. But it's been a good experience and things are, going along, but it's definitely kissing a lot of frogs in sales from what I've learned.
So there was some things going through my mind. Well, there's always things going through, but I would say in recruitment, I always thought I would never want to recruit sales professionals. I feel like it would be so very difficult because they would just be selling you. And how do you cut through that, because they got to be good, right? And so I don't know, did you have that sort of anticipation or thoughts going into it? Have it changed or?
Yeah. So my brother, he works at Walmart, and before he went into Walmart, was doing sales. And he always told me that between technology and sales, those are probably the two hardest things that we could be getting into. But yeah, so like recruiting the sales folks, I'm not actually having to screen them, but I am finding that like a lot of the job titles and things in that profession mean different things to different companies. So like leadership roles could be called something. They may or may not actually manage people. So like you're really having to search for like those coaching words, mentoring, leading teams, leading account executives, like having those more wordy things in there to know that they're actually managing people than, their job title. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I was nervous, but no. Okay, cool.
You got like those account-based sales professionals, and then you have those sales professionals who've actually gone through like these specific training or certification programs. And you're like, wow, that's like somebody who's really dedicated to their craft. And, that seems like a next level exceptional person versus just like the, hey, I'll sell you something, type of mentality. So,
yes.
I think that's great. And then, of course, Mike Chuidian returning to the Dueling Source. I'm like, which show is it? The Dueling Sourcers show. Because I was going through some of my past shows, and you were on, you and I did a workshop together like 3 years ago during that first COVID year. And I think it was the sourcing life cycle beginning to end. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, we've done a lot of things together.
Yeah, I forgot about that one, man. I didn't, I totally forgot about that one. And then, you invited me to talk in your conference, and that was the last in-person conference for LA Tech Recruit. And that was like literally the week right before everything just shut down, which, I'm really thankful that you invited me because I had a great time. So, it was awesome. So, yeah.
I say this all the time. Mike Chewy and I have so many things. Well, we have a lot in common, but we've done a lot of things together.
Yes.
And so interestingly enough, my mother, and you went to the same high school.
Oh, my.
Isn't that bananas?
No way. That's wild.
I told you this before. In Carson here in almost Los Angeles, California, Southern California.
Yeah.
So interesting. The Carson Colts.
Carson Colts, man. Colts all day, baby. Let's go.
Dueling Sourcer Show. You spoke at LAX Tech Recruit in 2020, which was one of our last like real in-person conferences, like you said, and then 3 days later, like lockdown. And I think you had gone to Disney with your daughter and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we went to Disney with my daughter and two of my best friends. They were season pass holders, but and then my friend actually worked at Disneyland, and so he was generous enough to let me and my daughter in for free a park hopper. And so so that was the hookup right there.
Ooh, I need a friend like that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And then at like the end of 2020, all these folks got laid off. Does this sound like similar to anything that's going on right now? Like just all these massive layoffs, and then the end of 2020, all these companies wanted to hire like crazy, which by the way, I'm thinking might be coming back around, like, kind of recycle, repeat. Well, I'm thinking yes. Yeah. I'm starting to see a little bit of that.
Heck yeah. It's starting to pop right now. You know what I mean? So it's looking pretty promising for sure.
Yeah. And so we started working with Uber. Mike Chuidian was working through us as a sourcer at Uber. And then now you're working at ServiceNow. So you are a senior executive talent sourcer at ServiceNow.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize you were doing executive sourcing, that leadership level, right? And so for the longest time, I've been like, I need to get somebody on the show who can talk a little bit more about sourcing executives. And then all of a sudden,
it's pretty crazy. Like, my niche is basically AI, and I've been doing it since 2014. So, I've been building like machine learning engineer, data science teams, AI teams, ever since then. And then, AB Beth came to me and said, hey, I'd love for you to kind of, because when I came to ServiceNow, I was originally just kind of leading the sourcing for machine learning. And then she's like, hey, do you want to come over to the executive side full time? I was like, sure, I'll do it, because I felt like, I know AI and ML like the back of my hand. I know what the talent profile looks like. And I was like, I need that challenge, so I went over to executive, still there, but then now I'm kind of like back doing like kind of a hybrid of AI ML professional side and then AI ML on the executive side. So, currently right now, I'm building Gen AI teams for a specific innovation group within our company. And that's really, really fun. And I'm about to, talk about, how I go about looking for this talent on this show. So I'm looking forward to it. So,
Hey.
Well, let's kick this off. I was on that note too. Mike, you're in a really good spot right now, and not just because the AI is such a hot topic right now, but I was Glenn Cathy just did a certification program on LinkedIn. Did you guys see that?
Yeah,
I instantly clicked it and watched it and did the class. I mean, it was fantastic. But he ends it with this sort of note where sourcing may go away because it's going to be taken over by AI. And so I don't know if you guys are going to change the name of your show from Boolean and Brews to
absolutely not
talent consultants and Brews.
But I have a fun fact about Glenn Cathy. I'm full of fun facts, but I just recently saw him at RecFest, and I gave him his very first Jello shot.
Are you serious? Like that? He's never had a Jello shot before?
And then I gave him his very second Jello shot ever.
But Glenn's a beer guy, so we got to have Glenn on the show. So
and he's also a germaphobe, so he didn't want to swirl the cup with his finger.
That's right.
Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
experience.
Glenn's a
Okay, my
trip.
bad. We're not talking story.
Shout out,
But
Glenn Cathy.
He did end the LinkedIn certification course, and I really wish I could see him on Jello shots. That will be my next. He ended it saying, as a recruiter sourcer, being where the talent is high in demand, which AI is super high. I mean, there are 200, 300K plus, and I saw a 900K annual salary posted for a ChatGPT AI software engineer.
Oh, yeah.
geez.
Nuts.
Crazy.
Let's talk about it.
Insane.
So let's get into it. We're going to go ahead. Dueling Sourcers shows that there is more than one way to source for talent. We demo tools. We look at technologies. You can get the recordings for all these shows at techrecruit.io. That's techrecruit.io. And then you can see all the last 3 years, and we'll have this one posted as well. So join us there. And without further ado, who's going to kick us off today?
I'll go
Chewy.
first.
Boy.
I'll go first, and then I'll kind of let the beautiful ladies anchor. Kind of like we got kind of a flow, right? So I'll just start off with the sourcing piece, and so just some context before I kind of share my screen and things. Obviously I'm always on the lookout for good, ML and AI talent, and I'm always trying to, peruse the interwebs, trying to figure out, where that talent is. Today, I'm going to show you, an example of a conference that I've typically scraped, from time to time. And I can usually find some good talent on there. And then I can show you how I use, a certain tool to be able to kind of scrape that data and then put it in a nice little form. And then, kind of take that list and then cross-reference that with, LinkedIn or whatnot. So anyways, all right, let me share my screen. And by the way, we're at 260 followers on Boolean and Brews on YouTube. I'm giving away a free t-shirt. I'm giving away a free t-shirt to the 300th subscriber. And if you are the 300th, you will get a Boolean and Brews t-shirt. So anyways, all right. So the site that I go to, or the conference that I've been following for a while, has been a conference that Scale AI has been putting on for a few years. It's called the Transform X Conference, and they put it on every single year. There's, typically anywhere from 15 to 20,000. I mean, it's grown over the year, but like it's a big conference. From what I understand, it's virtual. It's not in person. But they've got some great speakers, and like, man, when there's like that many attendees, like you want to figure out like, how do I get to who's attending? And so this is kind of crazy because I'm like, man, it's really that easy. so anyways, so I'm just going to click on here, and I'm going to put it here in the chat. Actually, I'm going to put it here in the chat so you guys can maybe follow along. All right. So if I click on that, then it'll bring me to this page right here. And so what's going to happen is you're going to come to this page and you'll see like there's home, events, content, people, which is like, I was like, yeah, it's a people. No, you know what I mean? I was like, but wait a minute, what does that mean? Like people like the conference speakers, or like the people who are, gonna be attending, So anyways, you got to log in. You'll log in with your work email address. It can't be a personal email address. It has to be a work email address. And then you'll have access to this. So I'm already logged in. And if I just click on people, holy moly, here we go.
I see you.
Let's freaking go, guys. Like this, anybody who's doing, I mean, listen, there's so much talk about AI right now, Gen AI. Like there's so many companies building this, but this, like when I saw this, I was like, wait, is this real? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's got me so excited. So anyways, as you can see, these little things, look, it's basically a constant scroll. Now, I have a caveat to this. Like if I had data miner, I could actually build, a recipe to kind of not only scrape this, but go into each profile and then be able to kind of, structure the data that's within each profile and give me a nice, beautiful list. But I don't. That's another show. So anyways, I'm just going to scroll down here and, that's just for example, but there's thousands and thousands of people in here. So for me, we'll just put in here machine learning. And listen, this isn't like the best search engine, right? Like it doesn't really recognize Boolean logic, but, yeah, I know, right? So, you can do things like, we'll put in staff. And, you can see here, staff data scientists, staff engineers, staff ML engineers. And you can basically just do a scroll on this, right? And you'll see all kinds of staff engineers come up here. This is so beautiful. I'm just like so excited. I've seen this so many times, but I'm so excited about it that this is crazy. What if I do principal? Same freaking thing, dude. Let's freaking go.
You're adorable.
So excited, man. So like this is just beautiful, right? So here on the filters, you could actually filter it out too, right? Now, if you're looking for a specific thing, like what was I looking for? I was looking for I know what I was looking for. I was looking for LLM, which is it's a large language. It stands for large language models. Now, the only reason why this guy came up is because it has LLMs. It's all my homes. It's not what I want. Not what I'm.
Boo.
So I know it's a little bit too specific, but this goes off of, I guess the title under the name is what it's searching for. So like I said, it's not the most robust like search, engine, right? So that being said, maybe I could go kind of specific, like NLP. Let's go, dude. I mean,
I love it.
Chewy, are there people in here that aren't necessarily like data scientists or NLP people, but people that are interested in this space? So like just a regular software engineer that wants to go do this?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, look at this guy. You've got I love this right here, NLP research scientist. Like I love that,
Nice.
If you click into their profile, like it gives you, kind of the things, their interests and stuff. Sometimes it might have their LinkedIn profile here, but we won't go into that right now. But I wanted to show you something. So if I get a list like this, what I like to do is I like to use my little instant data scraper. This looks like a Pokemon. Doesn't it look like a Pokemon thing? Like
gotta catch them all.
Yeah. Yes. So what I like to do is I like to use this and let me just hide these controls. So instant data scraper, I'll just put it here in the chat. Copy.
It's totally the Pokemon ball.
It is, right?
Absolutely is.
They still ripped it off, right? So anyways, I use instant data scraper, and basically it's a great tool to do some really quick scrapes. Some of y'all might know this one. But anyways, I'm going to go back here and I want to scrape this list. So all I have to do is click this, the Pokemon thing, and it basically scrapes and puts it into a nice little format for you, right? Little structure there. This URL here is basically a link to their profile. And then, it has the location here and then their name. Listen, if you're a sourcer or recruiter, all we need are our first and last name and like what you do. And then, the rest is history, right? So you could basically, export that into a CSV or an XLS. I'll just let you see what it looks like, as a CSV, and then, that's what it looks like. And now you can.
Chewy,
So-
Zorica has a question. She wants to know if you can filter by location on the site, or are you going to have to do it inside your sheet?
No, you're going to have to do it inside your sheet. But that's a good question. Let's do this.
So whenever you just scraped it using Instant Data Scraper, it actually did pull the locations on the profiles that.
Oh yeah, it did.
listed.
So yeah, if you want to do that, I mean, it has to be specific though. Like you just can't go like United States. I mean, if I do United States, it'll probably give me little or nothing, right? So you've got that. It says United States here, but you have to be like city specific. It sounds like,
Yeah. So I was actually playing along with you, and like, since every single individual that is attending the conference has their own specific URL, I was wondering if you could site search and just pull all of the attendees, but it's not working for me.
It's not doing it because I think you need to be like,
oh, I'm logged in.
Yeah, you're logged in, but what I'm saying is, if you're on Google and you're trying to do a scrape, it won't do it because I guess the way it works is I don't know. I think you just need to be live. I don't know, man. Maybe Aaron. Where's Aaron Lintz? I know Lindsay's in here, but yeah. Aaron, I think Aaron can figure that out, dude. So anyways, so that's what I do. Right. So that's what I do. I bring it into here, and then I just kind of use this list, and I'm like, all right, I'll take this list and then I'll relabel the headers, and then I'll pick out the ones that I want. And then I know it's tedious, but and I know there's a tool for that. Susanna, you might even have a tool for that where it checks, because I can, you can do this. Like I have this thing where you can,
real quick in the chat, it was asked, what is the primary advantage of using this sourcing method over just heading to LinkedIn? And I think for me, the primary advantage would be you're getting a specific attendee list, as opposed to just kind of blind sourcing.
Yeah.
So it definitely gives you a warm outreach whenever you are contacting the individual. So.
Ooh, she got that knowledge. She got that knowledge, boy. Let me tell you. Let's go. That's why I have her and Carrie on my show, to keep me honest. You know what I mean? So,
am I the devil on your shoulder or the angel? Just kidding. I think we all know that.
You both. So anyway, so that's kind of how I use this. So like, if you guys are like building, or you're like recruiting or sourcing for like ML talent, go in here, because sometimes what I'll find too is that some of these people won't even be on LinkedIn, and I got to maybe cross-reference it, because these guys, these people are smart. So like, I'm like, okay, maybe they're on like Google Scholar, or they're on like Google, they're on the people research page, which kind of brings me to my next point, which is if you guys have ever been to a site like this is another good resource, right? So I'm just going to put that in the chat as well. I use this a lot. I also use Adobe People a lot. That one's a good one too. But these are free. You don't even need to log on. You could, that's the beauty of what this is. And then you got the Microsoft Research People, which is like one of my favorites. I love that site. And you can do the same thing. With Instant Data Scraper with these, right? So you can kind of take that, and then it'll scrape that. And then sometimes it'll give you, depending on what the data looks like on the page, it'll give you like specific, like, headers or whatnot. So this is one of those things too, like, it's kind of the same, like, it's what do you call that, Susanna? It's another word for constant scrolling. Forget what it is.
I don't know.
Infinity scroll?
Auto scroll.
Infinity?
No, it's like a frick, man. I forget the term for it, but it's so you basically like do this. Now, see this how it only highlighted these first 3 rows. It was because I didn't have it expanded. You may have to go back and do it. I don't know. I've tried to figure out a way around that, maybe to scrape it, but let me see if I can scrape. Oh yeah, it did. So all you have to do is scrape it again. You click that again, and it'll give you. So like this one gave me 120 120 pieces of data per. So that's 120 people that it scraped.
Amazing.
I'm going to drop a couple of Google site command searches for conference attendee list as well.
Let's go. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much really, really easy, kind of basic kind of stuff, right? But
that's awesome.
You're basic.
I mean, listen, it's good stuff though, man. I love it.
Oh, I do too. I was playing along with you in real time. Just tinkering, as we say, just sticking around.
The conferences put so much work into getting quality, the right people at those events, and also marketing to the right people. Why not capitalize on that
why
work?
not?
Yeah,
that's why not? True. You know, hey, the great thing about this is I didn't even have to pay to get into this conference to watch the presentations, right? So
absolutely.
Not only that, you could see the agenda and who the speakers were. Like, that's cool and all, but I want to know who the attendees are, because that's where like the meat of the people that you're targeting are going to be, right? And it's just great to see something like that be free and accessible to people, normal Joe Schmoes like myself. So
Joe Schmo.
I know.
Julie, you're on it today.
I know.
For you, when you're pulling and scraping data, how do you organize your data? When you like scrape lists, do you keep separate lists and folders? How do you organize? Do you have any tips on that? I find like the data organization is sometimes control.
So basically what I do is I just
something too.
Yeah. Basically what I do is I just have a folder for conference lists. And that'll tell me, okay, these are lists that I've scraped for a particular conference. And before I actually save them in that folder, what I'll do is I'll go in the list itself and clean that data up, and then analyze that data, and then have it nice and pretty to where I can access it pretty easily. So that's basically how I do it. I don't know, how do you guys do it, Susanna?
Man, okay, so I'm a big data collector. Like, I think it's so freaking fun to just get all of the things that are available for no particular reason other than I'm a hoarder, and I think that it's kind of cool. So there comes a point where it's like I'm collecting the same thing over and over again because I don't even know that it exists. Like, you should see my ebook collection. All these books I will never read, but I got them.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I was in like a dire state of analysis paralysis. Like, how the hell do I organize these in a way where I can search them? And guess what? You just don't overthink it. Throw them all in a Google Drive. Do not organize them whatsoever. And then you can use advanced search operators and Boolean within your Google Drive search bar. So
She's optimization queen right here. Optimization queen.
Yeah. So I'm going to go on ahead and share with you all of the advanced search operators in our chat. Yay. And I found it.
All of your data in Google Drive, Google Sheets, and then you can do a search for keywords within each of those sheets or that you've created. Well.
Yeah, just don't overthink it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's nice because like even in photos now, you can search for the text inside of the photos or the PDFs. So yeah, Very
Okay.
nice. Very nice. Just don't overthink it, which is like
Very nice.
very nice. High five.
I have that Excel. Should I put it in Excel? Should I put it in G? Am I going to share it?
Right?
Yeah.
Nope.
I got a half and half going.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm gonna drop this in our chat. Can we share images? Ooh, yeah, sure can.
Can we share the YouTube link for your Boolean and Brews show?
Oh yeah.
So folks can get their free, if you follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel Boolean and Brews, Mike Chewy and the Boolean Brews crew will send you a t-shirt that you could wear proudly. And be careful, people will approach you and they'll be like, whoa, I love that show. So prepare for the conversation piece.
Oh yeah.
Somebody
I'm
actually
wearing
just
our
said that
OG shirt right now.
You've already reached 300 subscribers, so you're doing great.
Stop.
Can't wait to see you
serious?
win.
Holy crap.
I know. It's
Dang.
awesome.
Let's go.
Love it. Okay, I just dropped the cheat sheet in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna take over. Is that okay?
Yay.
Let's go.
All right, sharing is caring. Okay, let me exit out of all of my freaking tabs before I share, because that will just make y'all go cross-eyed.
She's a mad scientist of the group, y'all.
I don't know about that. Mad is probably correct.
I mean, you got an engineering degree, so let's go with it.
Correction, I did not get an engineering degree because I could not pass chemistry. But yes, I went to school for engineering. Okie dokie. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, super duper. All right, so in the chat, I am dropping a 1-tab link with all my goodies. And I will pull that up here for you all to see as well. Okay. All right, so what I have collected today are just a variety of different productivity tools. So I'm known for the speed at which I can source and accomplish things. And for me, it's a matter of just like working smarter and not harder. Big fan of not particularly working too hard. Just saying. Chewy and I work together and he was always like, Susanna, like, are you even there today? I'm like, no, I just automated my jiggling mouse so it looks like I'm there.
Let's go. Yes, go. Jiggling mouse. We out here.
Speaking of that, if you are interested in jiggling and looking like you're there, go to nosleep.page and it prevents your device from sleeping. So just fun fact on that, Carrie, like I know that you have major security on your work top. This is not blocked on like any sort of device because it's just a web page that uses JavaScript. So anyway, that's my little hack to take naps and not look like it.
Love that.
Yeah. So, okay, what I have collected here are just different tools and tricks and techniques that are completely free. And these are things I use in like my everyday life that I want to share with you. So very first thing are keyboard shortcuts. So if you're not familiar with keyboard shortcuts, I highly recommend checking out the very first link here if you are to click on it. This shows you all of the different keyboard shortcuts for your Mac or for a Windows computer.
Oh, cool.
I went on ahead and I scraped all of this information and I put it into my Google Drive, and that would be Chrome shortcuts. Let's see. Okay, there we go. No, okay, drive.com. And okay, shortcuts. All right, we'll just see what happens. Oh gosh, guys, the music is back. I know. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oopsies. Okay, ignore me.
Got tools on tools on tools.
I know. Look at this.
I know.
This is all your stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna do something like
Secrets.
that. Yeah. Okay, did I put it here?
So organized.
Okay,
So
here it
much
was.
stuff.
So but it's not organized. It's just a complete and total cluster. You know what? Oh, so speaking of, while I'm already in my Google Drive, there is, I mentioned like the advanced search parameters and filters. If you click on like, I don't even know, I'm pointing at it with my finger. That's funny. I don't even know like what that little symbol is right here. But if you click that, you have the advanced search functionality. Or if you do advanced search on Google Drive, I actually went on ahead and scraped all the operators into a little table, and I shared it in our chat earlier. So anyway, you have some advanced search techniques, but I deviate. So I went on ahead and just shared my favorite Chrome keyboard shortcuts. And essentially it is, here, I'm going to open a new table, kind of do, hold on. How do I get this away? All right, go away. I cannot see my screen. Okay. Okay, so opening a new window, jumping to a new tab, clicking into new tabs. If you are to close a tab and you want to reopen it, minimizing windows, searching, finding things, yada. So I'll show you some of this in action. Additionally, when it comes to keyboard shortcuts, Shmila, I cannot say her last name or her first name very well, but it's Shmila Vander Turin. She shared back in the day.
Yay, Shmila.
Yay, Shmila. She's mama now.
Love her.
She shared her keyboard shortcuts that kind of get her through the day.
Nice.
Yeah, so you know, I'm not alone in this. Shmila is wonderful. So now that we can like actually manipulate like the links that we're opening, I wanted to share my essential Chrome extensions that I use. Again, just on a total day-to-day basis. And the first thing here that I want to share is, I'm going to click it. Hold on. Advanced, reload, zoom out. I don't know why I did that. Manage. Okay, this is where it's sending me. So within your Chrome settings is your list of extensions that you currently have. As you can see, I have like 4 extensions that say errors. And those are actually extensions that were not from the Chrome Web Store. Those are extensions that I uploaded into my Chrome extension settings here. So why would I do that? Because as Chewy just mentioned, with Instant Data Scraper, that is like the go-to tool for just easy scraping since it's a one-click Pokemon. But it no longer works on LinkedIn, which we always want to be scraping LinkedIn. So there was a previous version of Instant Data Scraper that did, in fact, scrape LinkedIn. So going back over here, I'm going to click my link and show you here that I have uploaded the former version onto my GitHub. And I'm going to quickly walk you through how to actually download it and then add it to your Chrome. So, I am going to download the zip. We're zipping, feeling zippy. I am opening the zip. As you can see here, that's a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so you unzip the file, then you go to your Chrome extension settings and you click Load Unpacked and download. Where did it go? Okay, here's the folder that was unzipped. I am going to click Select and now I have the previous version of Instant Data Scraper. So just quickly, yeah, it's super duper easy. But just so you can see how it works on LinkedIn, I'm just going to do a general search. Sourcer, blah, Come on, searchy. Nope. My LinkedIn has been spazzing out recently.
For the bougie people who have LinkedIn Recruiter, does this work on LinkedIn Recruiter too?
Yes, it does. I'll actually
Let's go.
Yeah. No, I want to do this. Okay, sorry. I know I'm taking up too much time, but here we are. Let's just come on. Yeah, I can like physically hear my freaking computer humming right now. That's awesome. Yeah, it's gonna glitch on me right now. But yes, it does work on LinkedIn. And as you can see, it's just constantly refreshing because I broke my computer. So anyway, Instant Data Scraper works very well there. There's another extension that I'm not going to walk you through how to do, but it's called Easy Link Previews, and that's an unpacked extension. And so if I am on any sort of website and I hover over a link, you can see how there's a little easy that pops up in the top right corner. I can hover over it. Well, I can't do that. I'll do that again. Actually, let's just do, yeah. So if I am to hover over a link, such as a LinkedIn profile, it pops up in a little tab. And I'm not looking at that profile right now. And of course, this is just going to be temperamental, but I'm not looking at that profile, but I do have the ability to like not look like I'm a creeper. And
that's interesting.
Yeah,
let's go.
I know, like that too.
Yeah. So anyway, that one's
Out
a good
here.
one. And then the actual Chrome extensions that are in the store, I use one tab, which is what I'm using now to collect all of my tabs. I use highlight this to be able to highlight certain terms.
I love highlight this.
Yeah, highlight this is wonderful, magical, which Carrie's going to show here in 1 minute.
Yay, magical.
Yeah,
I know.
Yay, magical. And then I have like 2 utilities that I use on a regular basis where like I'm just randomly searching things in different tabs so that it looks really messy. Okay, so as you can see, like I have a whole bunch of tabs going on here. And if I want to merge them all, I click my extension and now they're all in line.
So when you lose something and you do that, it'll all come together. You can find it.
Yes, which is wonderful. Awesome. And then I could actually take all of this and plop it into a 1 tab so that I don't even have to like go through and then the other utility here is the reader view, which just concises crazy articles or whatever into a very easy preview. And you actually have the ability to like add to it or remove things. It's just super helpful. Lastly, I swear to God, I'm almost done. Bookmarklets, which I know were talked about in the last Dueling Sourcers, which I highly recommend y'all take a look at. But I have collected 276 bookmarklets, which I know is freaking ridiculous, but as I said, I like to collect things. And I have dumped them into a GitHub repository. So it's just like a CSV. But the ones that I actually use regularly are edit page, highlight visited links, display all links, and links to table, search links. Okay, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to show you real quick. Okay, so if I am to click into my bookmarks bar and click my bookmarklet, I'm going to go back. Okay, I clicked the highlight visited links, and you can see the links that I've recently clicked on, which is just a nice visual way. I can also click highlight links, which just makes it very apparent where the links are. I'm going to refresh my page. And links to table, click that. And all of the like titles here are now in a little table with all of the URLs. And lastly, if I want to display all the links, this just pops up with all the links. Again, pretty easy.
Mad scientist.
I know.
Other quick things that I really, really like. So you know when it's really annoying where like an ad pops up or like says insert your email here to subscribe, and you can't get rid of it. Well, you have the ability to click kill sticky, that goes away. Zap images takes away all of the images on a web page just to make it more readable. And site search, if I click that, now I am searching within github.com. So it's like site command github.com. So I could do like SourceCon, blah, 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 as you can see. And lastly, edit page is like my sneaky fun one. So like, let's say I was on Twitter, and I swear to God, I'm almost done. I'm not even nervous anymore because I'm just talking. Okay, so like, this is really beneficial for candidates and stuff. But like, let's say that I wanted to look like a big deal. I know Trump used to like tweet ridiculous things all of the time. So I could say edit page and edit page, Boolean and Brews is amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, and then I could actually like take a screenshot of this and make it look like, you know, we are in fact amazing, and that President Trump was talking about it. So
I'm obsessed with this. This is awesome.
So that's kind of ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna shut the F up and drink my beer. I mean, no, I just didn't. Okay, Carrie, sorry.
That's okay.
But
I can go
that,
really
that
fast.
Bitly
Don't make any assumptions, y'all. Don't make any assumptions. All right. I'm just
asked of you and me.
Harry, you got like 6 minutes. You're good.
I know, I'm sorry.
I got this. All right, let me share. Do I just do entire screen?
For all of you watching, just a reminder, you're watching Dueling Sourcers. You can get all the recordings. People have been asking. You can go to techrecruit.io/members. We'll have all the recordings there.
All right, can y'all see? Am I sharing? Because I can't see y'all.
Yeah.
I'm sharing it.
You're good.
Okay, great. So we're just going to pretend like Chewy just sourced all these people, and here we are. We're on a Boolean search using operators, and we're looking for account executives now. And we want to use Magical Text Expander to capture some of these profiles. So we're just going to open a couple of them, and we're going to just assume that we love them. We think they're a great fit. So what I'm going to do with Magical Text Expander, which is this one here, so getmagical.com, go ahead and go there if you want to download this Chrome extension. But what you're going to do is you're going to go into a Google Sheet with your Chrome extension on, so make sure it's on, and you're going to hit 2 slashes. And you're going to say, cool, I want to build a spreadsheet with some certain things on it. So I'm going to keep looking for what I want. So I want Houston, Texas for this particular profile. Sorry. And then I'm going to hit it again. And I'm going to say, I want this person's, I don't know, I got to go to my tabs. And we're going to put her first name. Then I want her last name for the first person that came up. So I'm just going to keep looking.
Now, Carrie, for the people that are listening, are these already like preset? Because we're seeing something, you know, and we might be wondering, like, okay, how are these all set up? Like how, you know what I mean?
So if I'm in, let me leave this and we'll start again. So I'm going to go to my magical up here, and I'm going to go home.
Home.
Yes, I am going to do a transfer. So I want to do a LinkedIn profiles to Google Sheets. So that's the actual prompt that you want to use.
Okay. So it's almost like a pivot a little bit, like we were talking about pivots earlier.
Yeah, so it's basically what it's going to do is start to read the profiles that you have open on your links, and you're going to define it by what you want here. So I was looking for like first name, last name. So I'm looking at the green things right now. I'm going to actually pull up one that's completed.
I use this a lot for crafting in mails.
So I did one. Oops, that's not the one I wanted to do. Sorry. It was, yeah. So are you talking about like merging and stuff like that? So what I would do is come here. So this one's already started. and start inputting all the things that I want. And once I have all the things that I want on there, up here at the very top, it normally, which it's not doing for me right now, of course, it will ask me if I want to fill in the spreadsheet. So I'm going to just click that again. It's not giving it to me, and I don't know why. But what it will automatically typically do is take these profiles. Oh, it's wanting me to sign in. You guys, I didn't do that. So I only have a few minutes. So normally, had I signed in, it would have automatically filled into this profile right here. And I would have said what I wanted for each of my column headers. And then what I like to typically do, we were talking about organizational skills. I like to use something called tables, Google Tables. That is a Area 120 incubator. So there's one thing about this that I want to make clear is if you're planning to use this for your company, you might just want to check with your InfoSec to make sure that they're okay with you using this tool, because it's not part of the Google Workspace or Enterprise. Yeah, so you got to make sure that they're cool with that. Otherwise, you're going to want to only keep probably publicly made available data in here for you.
What she's saying is you always need a burner laptop. That's what you need.
Or you could do that. But once you actually have that up, you end up coming in here and you can create basically what looks like, what is that called? It's not tables. It's the other one. It looks very similar to this. You guys are probably putting it in the chat. But what is it? What is it?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear.
Yeah, good one.
Yes, exactly. And you can actually create different columns and define what you want each column to say. So for this one, I pretended like I had sourced these profiles, which wasn't working a second ago, and pasted them in here. And now I want my hiring manager to review some of these profiles. So I'm going to put the header pending, or maybe I want my team to review it with me. You can also organize yourself by putting your workflow, which would be email, whatever you want to do, wherever you did it. And when was the last time that you updated it? And then you can also do like a disposition. Are they interested, not interested, future prospect? So anyways, this is where you're going to put your raw data. So as you use Magical and you put it into a spreadsheet and you start pasting them in here, you have the opportunity to change the views too. So this is the Kanban view.
Yeah, this looks like Airtable.
Airtable, that's what it is.
Somebody mentioned that. Jung mentioned that. Shout out, Jung. Jung, we don't have a show. Just saying, like, it's you, dude.
So what you're going to do is, let's pretend like we're looking at this with our hiring manager. You're going to click it. You're going to click the link. You're going to throw it into your search up there, paste. And you're going to start reviewing. Gosh, I'm not logged in. Y'all, I'm sorry. So the profile is going to show up, and you're going to be able to review that with your hiring manager. What I like about this is you can literally, if your hiring manager said, yes, I like that person, you can move them to proceed.
Ooh,
if they say,
let's go.
You know what? I don't like that person. Not a fit. And then if this one is like, you know, they look good, but you kind of have stronger people, let's look at them later. So as you start to move them around here, they actually move around here on your master spreadsheet as well. So that's one thing that you can use this for. Another thing is when you're actually messaging your candidates and you're trying to stay organized, it's really cool because like you can make notes right here. And if like me, Chewy, and Susanna were like sourcing together, we could like talk to each other about this candidate by adding a comment and saying like at Susanna, you know, whatever. You can do that. And then press enter. It'll actually send her an email and tell her something, whatever you put in this comment, which is nice. You can do that with your managers too if you want to communicate with them, all the things. So right now I have this candidate as an InMail, so I'm going to send them an InMail. If you wanted to move to the next step, like who do you need to send connection requests to, who do you need to send a first email to, you can start sorting it by using your filters up here, which is really fun. And then finally, if you want to look at your rec view, all the stuff you've got going on, just kind of overall pipeline, you can sort it by the actual recs, which kind of gives you a visual for that as well. This is really fun, you guys. This is a lot. You can really manipulate this and do it for however you need it to work for you. It takes a little playing and finagling, but once you figure it out, it's awesome. Another thing I like to do with it is use it for referrals. So you can actually create a referral form with it and send it out to your company and ask them to refer a friend. And we're just going to pretend. So Susanna is going to
like we're friends.
Master Sourcer. and she works
And
for
Carrie, real quick, this is completely free, y'all.
yes.
$3.90 free.
Yeah.
And this we're gonna call it Sourcer and email. I don't know, at email.com. And then the person referring, whoops, we'll say it's me. All right, Cockler.
Popular. You go,
And
girl.
then once you are done, you are going to submit the form. I have to hide this. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I couldn't see that button. And then once you've done that, the person is actually going to show up in your master data. So now Susanna's there. She's now going to show up as pending review because you might want to review referrals with your manager. And then you're going to be able to like do your thing. So this is just really fun. I really like how you can control how you want to organize yourself, which is amazing. And then finally, last thing, I'm going to just fly through this really quick. I know we're at the end. People are probably dropping. But magical is really cool because you can do a quick little trigger word. And I'm just going to do InMail. And I've already created my templates for messaging. And you can literally just fill in the blanks when you're sending a message to someone. And you just do that. As a software engineer, blah, blah, blah. And then you could say like Java, cloud, and I don't know, leadership. And then we want to talk to you more about software engineering opportunities. And then you're just going to insert that.
What tool was this again, Carrie? Is this this was also magical?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
This is Magical Text Expander. I actually created the templates to have like really blank things. But this is my first InMail. I also have a trigger for a connection request. So if I am on LinkedIn and I'm just typing that in, hey, Carrie, how are you doing? I sent you a connection request. So you'd be using that on LinkedIn. And then I also have it for my email one. You can do pictures, you can do memes, whatever you want to do. And then let's just see what all my things are. Oh, so let's just pretend like somebody responded. And so I'm a recruiter, or I'm sorry, I'm a sourcer that doesn't actually interview people. So I have to connect them with my recruiter. So I have like a template that once they respond, I literally just type in whatever my recruiter's name is, and then their whole like calendar shows up, their LinkedIn, all the things, tell them, and then we are good to go.
And you can use this to actually become a library of all of your Boolean strings so that you don't have to start from scratch every time.
Yes. That too.
Yes.
We just not hosts. We just not hosts. We actually do work. You know what I mean?
Yes, we do.
And Magical is our very first sponsor. So you'll see them on the back of the Boolean and Brews
Let's go.
flag coming soon.
That is incredible. What a great tool. I really enjoyed. We are top of the hour. We've actually gone over a little bit, but I think that's okay. We've really enjoyed all the things that you've shown us here today. Again, if you want to see the recordings for this or any of the other shows, go to techrecruit.io/members. You can get them all there, and this one will be added as well. Before we go today, I just want to recap all the amazing things that we've learned here on the Dueling Sourcer Show. We appreciate Carrie and Susanna and Mike for, spending their time here. Please reach out to them. Send them a note on LinkedIn. Just tell them thank you for being here. They're doing this just to add to the community and elevate all of our learning.
First and foremost, this is always for the community. Arigato gozaimasu, Stacy.
We learned about Scale AI. We talked about conference scraping. Thank you so much, Mike, and how he organizes his folders. And on that note, we talked about data organization. Susanna, our mad scientist, as she was lovingly referred to by Mike, talked about keyboard shortcuts on her Chrome, and then advanced search techniques for Google Drive, Chrome extensions with an instant data scraper, Easy Link. What was it? Easy Link?
Easy Link, yes. But the Bitly has all of those things. So.
Yes. And then the bookmarklets. Yes. And excellent. I love the bookmarklets. And
fun.
And then Carrie, she did a great demo of Get Magical with the text expander and Google Tables. That was phenomenal. I appreciate all that you've shown us here today. Thank you so very much. If anybody needs to reach out to the three of you, Carrie, how can they reach out to you? What's the best way?
Oh, send me a message on LinkedIn. I'm on there all day long, so I will respond.
Aw.
Promise.
I'll just share for everyone, booleanandbrews@gmail.com, or you can search Boolean and Brews on LinkedIn, YouTube, Spotify. We out there. Instagram, we out there. Yeah. Yeah. And we'll be at a live event here coming shortly. We are performing a live podcast at TalentNet Live next month. So hopefully y'all can catch us there as well.
Hopefully we could be on a LA Tech Recruit you know what I mean? So let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. LAX Tech Recruit. Well, the Tech Recruit Conference, Silicon Valley Tech Recruit Conference, is happening in just a few weeks, October 25th through the 26th. You can obviously get the information for that at techrecruit.io. It's an in-person conference in San Francisco. We have an amazing agenda.
Yeah.
And then in Los Angeles, we'll be back in March, LAX Tech Recruit. And Mike joined us last time. And then we are inviting Carrie and Suzanne and the whole Boolean and Brews cruise to be there. We hope you'll join us there.
The front door.
I know.
Shut it.
Go.
LFG. I didn't know it was official. I thought it was just still like chitty
I'm
chat
making it official.
Oh,
Let's go.
oh,
Thank you for the opportunity, Stacey. Listen,
reach out to you. How can they do that?
listen, you know, you could source my name. Listen, you know, all you guys are professionals. So just look up our names and you'll find us where you find us. I did put some links in there though, but you could find me on Instagram as well. That's two of my favorite platforms, probably Instagram and probably just Instagram, but LinkedIn, I'm on LinkedIn all the time too. So, you know, hit me up on there. IG, it's Throw Shakas, THROWSHAKAS. So connect with me there. And then obviously, you know, our YouTube channel and things. Stacey, thank you so much for having us. It's always a blast. I know we're all busy and stuff, but, you know, making time for your show, which, listen, we're just trying to follow what Stacey's been doing over the last several years. So she's been killing it. So congrats to you.
That's kind of you. Well, speaking of that, everybody will be back here next month, same time, same channel. We're going to have Mike Cohen, Batman, who's also going to be joining us by Brandon Cross, who, Carrie, didn't you?
Brandon, yes. He's amazing. He is so smart when it comes to like Chat GPT stuff. Brilliant. So smart.
I had such an amazing conversation with him. We're really looking forward to him. Please join us then. And until that time, be kind to each other. Bye-bye, everybody.
100. You guys.